Hey yo, what is going on everybody? Depraved Slasher, and we are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are...
Hella Depraved.
Yes, we are. So T-REV has dropped a series of songs this week.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of which we've already reacted to the actual song, so we did not react to them.
To the music video.
To the video.
That he dropped this week, right.
I have never been one of those people that's like, after I react to the song, I'm going to react to the video too.
Right. We normally just watch it.
Right. If
Yeah.
that, because I still haven't seen Eminem's Godzilla music video.
Me neither. I have heard the track multiple times though.
I'm not old enough to, or I'm not young enough to care to be that much up on Eminem's nuts anymore.
I was gonna say, okay. I'm definitely old enough for just about everything, so.
But no, so T-REV dropped this. We haven't heard this yet, and we were already doing Athena tonight. So you actually kind of get a double dose of T-REV because he's on that song as well.
Feature. Creature feature. Sorry.
Creature feature, Jesus fucking Christ.
I
love this woman. Huh?
He's gonna hate me. We love you, T-REV.
We do.
That's just, look, that is what came to mind when he said featured. So, there's that. Sorry.
Alright, so this song is called, it's the Dear God remix. I don't know if I've heard the original Dear God, because here's the thing. It says it's inspired by Upchurch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've heard of a song from Upchurch called Dear God.
Well, he might be using the Dear God beat. And
it might be the Dear God beat from Dax.
And then inspired by Upchurch.
So that could be it.
Yeah. Either way,
we're here for it.
Yeah.
I hear this is a very, very serious track.
And personal
track.
Yeah.
So we are going to get into the mind of T-REV and
try and be as serious as possible for us.
See how he ticks.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
That's a nervous tick, y'all.
With that being said, this is, again, T-REV with the Dear God remix. We are going to slash up and break it down. Please note, before we get into this, we are reacting to this expecting you guys to have already seen this. Right. If you have not seen it, the link will be down in the description below. Please go watch it, then come back. I say that because we will probably pause it more than you will like. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but it's a probability.
It's a breakdown channel. We like to stop, pause, and react.
And discuss.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Yes, I am.
Alright, so T-REV, Dear God remix. We're going to slash it up and break it down. Let's get it. Also, real quick, before we go too far, this is the second time I've seen this. I am loving Rev's little intro video here.
It's really cool.
Right.
Really cool. Whoever did that are, very neat.
Yes. Although I'm reading that as Rev Gong. I know it's Rev Gang.
Right. Right. Hey.
Oh, this is Deep Depression Part 2. This is the one he was talking about. He wanted us to react to. And we didn't, which I'm kind of glad we didn't now, because it gives us something to do tonight.
Well, and it gives us a music video to it, too.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, I just wanted to come back and talk to you guys. Let you know more about stuff that's going on in my head. Something you might be able to relate to. You guys really touch me. So I'm gonna give you my story. God, are you real? I need you now. Every day I'm struggling and I don't know how. I'm looking up to you for these questions, but I need you to walk down here and answer me now. Every night I go to sleep, I be praying to you. You never talk back, got me looking like a fool. I be hoping for the better, but you always bring the worst. In the end, I'm the one that always gets hurt. Why is my mom not here in the streets? People getting robbed for a little bit of weed. Kids getting shot.
Already, I kind of like the angle he's going with. Again, I always like these tracks when people are questioning God.
Right.
Because I feel like it's where you can get some of the rawest emotions from people.
I agree. The truest thoughts.
Like, I mean, absolutely loved when Hobson did it. Dax's Dear God
Dax's
track was
great,
amazing.
too. Mm-hmm.
Joyner Lucas's track that he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say that to also say this. I do feel like sometimes things are said that I don't necessarily agree with. While I like what they're saying, it's one of the things I like it, but I don't agree with it.
That doesn't, and that's not even the thing. It's not something that they would necessarily ever vocalize in terms of like, it's not their lifestyle. It's just when you question things, you tend to question things a little bit more deeply as well as broadly
Right.
than you would actually ever say in life. And so in a way it's almost like a Dear Diary kind of track. And so Dear God, he is questioning basically, the presence of a larger being that is somehow running things, and why everything goes wrong. Why does he always get hurt? So, I mean, I get it. I know what you're saying. It's just, I feel like in tracks like these, it doesn't necessarily mean that they'd go out and live a lifestyle that way. It's just, they're
Right. questioning
everything. And I also think, I agree with you. I love these tracks, and I love it when they're questioning God. It doesn't mean that, like, I just think that it helps somebody grow.
Right.
To not just follow blindly, but you actually are feeling things on a deep level, and you're questioning things, and that can help change you and your perspective. So
I was gonna say mine. Well, when I said that, it was more directed at Joyner, because like during Joyner's track, again, loved Joyner's track, but a lot of his is why did you take this person and not
Right.
this person, and I have issues with approaching it from that angle.
right, okay,
Because not everybody that you're thinking is of in a positive light lived a positive life.
and not everyone that you're approaching as negative necessarily deserve death.
Right.
I get it. I mean, again, I honestly don't think that as fallible human beings we're the people that get to decide that kind of thing anyway.
Right.
Unless, they got the death sentence validly. And then, sure.
Right.
Talk back got me looking like a fool. I be hoping for the better, but you always bring the worst. In the end, I'm the one that always gets hurt. Why is my mom not here in the streets? People getting robbed for a little bit of weed. Kids getting shot in the head because their daddy got a problem with someone, and that's somebody rolling up with the heat. Why did you leave me in the house? Watching my mom doing dope on the couch. I suffer from depression. What the fuck is this about? I feel like I'm back in prison. Please come take me out. Why does everybody gotta hurt me in my life? Why do I just wanna walk away from the mic? Why do I just wanna take this rope and hang from the ceiling and just say goodbye to my life? I don't even know if what I'm feeling is right. All I know is I'ma take this pen and write and talk about everything that I'm feeling through this fight. There ain't enough medication that can make me feel right. God, I need to talk to you, cause you just never answer back. It's like everything I ask you give me twice as bad. And now I'm loading up this gun, feeling twice as sad. I really had faith and now I lost every ounce I had. PTSD got me trapped in a crib from everything that I went through as a kid. Why do I suffer from these panic attacks? I just wanna get the motherfucker away from this shit. I go and see the doctor and he tells me that I'm fine. Prescribes me medication and just throws me to the side. My whole life felt like prison when you're holding on the boards and you know that you're trapped inside. I don't even know what to think. I feel like a boat with a hole that'll sink. I got a lot of people around me that tell me life will be good, but I don't really give a fuck what they think. Cause I'm trapped in my mind and I'll never get away. These thoughts that I have are gonna drive me in my grave. And I pray to God like every single day, but I never get a sign that he hears what I say.
Okay, well, I have goosebumps. Part of that
As do I.
is because we know T-REV better than other artists. Like,
Right.
we actually talk to him in live chats, DMs, so on and so forth. We're not close personal friends,
No.
but we definitely have interaction with him that we don't have with other people.
But please let it be known, I do think of the man like a brother. So.
Right, and like I said before, he's the stepbrother that I didn't ask for. Love you though. Love you though. And obviously we talked to Athena, his girl.
Right.
So part of it is that. Part of it is also, I mean, between having puberty onset fibro and depression at this, well, I mean, they kind of go together. You don't feel well, you can't participate in life, you get depression. So I've been on all the meds. I've had all the doctors prescribe me stuff, say, hey, you're young, everything will be fine. As far as the fibro, you're young, you can't possibly feel that way. You can't possibly feel this sick. And I still go to the doctors every 3 months, and there's nothing they can do. They just hand me new meds. So getting brushed to the side and told life's going to be good, sometimes that's not how it works. Not when your brain's working actively against you.
As you know, I can definitely relate, not 100%. I mean, don't get me wrong. Hands down, Rev has had a much, much, much harder life than I have. Hands down.
Very much so.
But being somebody that's dealt with depression,
Mm-hmm.
drawn from other sources,
Right.
I definitely know what it's like to get stuck in my own head.
A lot.
As he's rapping about. It honestly took, at least for me, finding you to really kind of pull myself out of it. But it still doesn't mean that it doesn't hit sometimes.
Right. I would say the same, but yeah, it's cyclical.
It's really hard to for a lot of people to really find motivation when it does happen. Again, for me, it was almost something that almost caused me to end my life when I was a teenager. And an Eminem song pulled me out of it.
Right.
And it's one of those things. It's one of the reasons I still listen to sad, like really sad and depressing music today. Is it helps me realize there are other people out there
It's a connection.
that are either going through it or may even have it worse.
Right.
And I think that was for so many years the driving point. And then eventually I had kids, which they became my focal point.
Right.
To get through it. And then you. And then it's for anybody suffering from depression, the thing I can honestly say the most is you've got to find something worth fighting for to get through it.
Right. But it is cyclical.
Right.
You know, it's a constant battle, which gets tiring. Like, I get it. It gets incredibly tiring. And I've had moments where not so much suicidal thought as it wouldn't really matter if I didn't wake up tomorrow. Like, I'd kind of prefer it that way. Like, haven't actually considered taking my own life, but if I don't wake up tomorrow, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Right.
So yeah, sad music helps. Feeling a connection to other human beings and definitely finding something that's worth keep fighting for. You know,
Right.
it's something to keep going for, those little bright moments. And I also don't think personally, like I don't like comparing either emotional or physical pain with someone else. Like, sure, there are definitely people who have had worse lives than I have. But I think that when we start playing the game of comparing, then we're leaving somebody to the side. We're saying you can't possibly know the depression I'm feeling because I've dealt with this and you haven't. And I just think that it becomes a dangerous slope. I'm not discounting anybody that's had it worse, but I also don't want to discount people that I don't feel have gone through something as terrible, because it's our mind that screws us over.
Right.
So, yeah.
But I don't really give a fuck what they think, cause I'm trapped in my mind and I'll never get away. These thoughts that I have are gonna drive me in my grave, and I pray to God like every single day, but I never get a sign that he hears what I say. Do you hear me? So now I'm walking in circles about to pull the trigger. I feel the hurt through my body, it makes my soul shiver. I can't stand it no more, so now I'm sipping liquor, looking at my family, flipping around all these pictures. They don't know the hurt I'm feeling in my heart. Every time I try to get away, I walk into the dark. I'm looking for the light, and every time I get a glimpse and spark, the devil pulls me back and tells me God isn't very sharp. Now I'm right around town with the gun in my lap. Think about every single memory that I had, right about my old place that I grew up in. I can see the vivid picture, everything was bad. I pulled up to the crib and then I hopped up out the whip. I took another glimpse at the life that I've lived. I remember being raked tail down as a kid. Do you know how it feels to lose all your innocence? I don't really think you know, so I'm about to snap. Everything I'm speaking is the truth and it's facts. I ain't scared to share my motherfucking story, cause I wanna help somebody stay alive when I'm laying down a rap. If I can save your life, then I'm doing something right. I wanna tell everybody something about my life, cause maybe you relate and you need to hear this. That's why I'm right here speaking to you all struggling.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
One of my main focuses when I started doing this whole YouTube thing, it was both an outlet and a reaching out. It, especially early on, it really helped me cope with a lot of the depression I dealt with.
Right.
Even if I was only getting 5-6 views per video,
Right.
it's
a connection.
it was still a way for me to pour my soul out.
Right.
A lot of the stuff I reacted to, especially early on, was a lot of the more depressing stuff from like Massive Man, things like that.
Right.
So it was a chance to have conversations. And again, if 5 or 6 people watched, I didn't even look at the numbers like that
Right.
back then. But even more so now, one of my goals has always been to help others.
Right.
If the videos that I do just help somebody for 15-20 minutes a day
Right.
escape,
Feel like someone relates.
even if it's not a relationship thing, a relate thing, if it's just an escape for them to get away from life
Right.
for 15-20 minutes, just to have fun, enjoy themselves, watch, laugh.
Right. Listen
That
to a message.
that means more to me than any kind of money I could ever make off this.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I was going to school to become a PTSD trauma psychologist when I realized I couldn't be a FBI forensic profiler because of my health. But so that's always been my goal.
Right.
And sharing what has happened to me, my story, is part of that. Just like he said, like sometimes in order to help other people, we have to share our pain so that they know they're not alone.
Right.
That even though it may not be exact same circumstances, there is someone out there that is listening.
Right.
He's doing an amazing job at emoting through his voice too, like almost sounding like he was gonna cry at in the last kind of flow that he did, the kind of almost not aggressive in the gangster way that he normally does, but like just a very, I'm angry, I don't get this, I'm frustrated kind of aggressiveness at the beginning, and then switching to almost more of the depressed kind of flow going into the now I'm standing here pulling a gun, and it was kind of more of a almost like a crying tone. He's doing a really good job.
Your life, then I'm doing something right. I want to tell everybody something about my life, cause maybe you relate and you need to hear this. That's why I'm right here speaking to you.
Although he totally forgot his words when he was doing the video.
Right?
I'm just saying.
The light. Man.
Or he might
Or
have
they
been fighting
didn't
it.
line up. Yeah.
He might have been fighting the emotion, so keeping it in. But
And you need to hear this. That's why I'm right here speaking to you in the light. Man, we all struggle and go through things in our head, and we suffer from mental issues like PTSD and deep depression, ADHD, everything mixed in all together. The combination is tearing you down, but maybe you just need to hear this, man. Somebody loves you. You can always reach out. And if you need someone and nobody's there for you, reach out to me. Reach out to Rev Gang. We got your back. Rev Gang 2020, I'm out. Thank you for listening.
I loved it.
I really liked that one.
Again, I've been there.
Yeah.
So I know where he's coming from. Now, again, I haven't been through everything he's been through, but I definitely understand the depression side of things very well.
Right.
And I'm the same way. And that even goes for you, homie. Rev.
Reach out.
If you ever need somebody to talk to, Athena's got my number.
Right.
I don't care if she gives it to you.
You've got our Twitter. You've got DMs.
Athena's got her
Yeah.
number.
Yeah. She does. Has she used it? No. But she does use my DMs. Yeah, I mean, I actually relate to a number of the incidences that he popped up there. But I really appreciate him sharing something so personal.
Right.
But I more appreciate the message that he had behind it. So that was a very good track.
Probably, again, right up there with amongst my favorite T-REV tracks.
I think that is my favorite T-REV track at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
But all right, that is going to do it. If you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, comment down below. What did you think of T-REV Dear God remix? Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the links to all the things. Please be sure to hop on over, subscribe to T-REV.
Hit the like button.
Like.
We're gonna sound like the seagull saying mine, mine, mine. You want me to say push our buttons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All the stuff's below. Push our buttons. We love
All right,
you guys.
That's going to do it. We love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. We cannot wait to see you to pray people later.
Good night.